No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told it, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm here. Emergency episode out of nowhere. I just wanted to give a shout out. It's gonna be a pretty decently lengthy episode, but we gotta give a shout out to one of the best college coaches ever, Nick Saban. Just a great career. I got his accolades and stuff in order. I'm gonna read them out, and then I'm gonna bring a special guest on, and we're gonna just talk about the great career of Nick Saban. I was trying to do something while my intro was playing. I don't know if I can still do that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Nope, that ain't it. All right, I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to edit my background. I was trying to put a picture of Nick Saban in Michigan State gear as my background, but I don't think I can do that while I'm live. So we're not gonna worry about it. So yeah, man. Before I get into this though, I would like to ask that you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the network grow. It helps the channel grow. I'm CCC's Carl under the Refuse to Lose Network. So yeah, this is my YouTube channel, but we are affiliated with the Refuse to Lose Network. We got the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave, which was off today, but we'll be back tomorrow. BWT Baseball with Teddy. He's going to hit y'all with another episode soon. He's covering our off-season predictions. We got FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Combs. I don't know when he's going to go live again because fantasy football is now currently over, but he will pivot to something. Just don't know when or where. When or what it'll be about. We got RBL Real Ballers Only featuring Vaughn. He's going to talk about like guys that's like diamonds in the roughs, rookies, things like that, guys to look out for. We had Dave Doghouse just literally go off about 10 minutes ago. He has a new structure now. We got Kings Talk, which is coming on right after me with Joe Jordan. He's going to talk about another Kings game. He talked about the Kings beating the mess out of my Pistons. I don't know who they played tonight or if they won or lost, but you'll find out on Kings Talk. And finally, we got In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Fast Kent, which, again, they had a great interview Sunday with Bud Crawford's boxing trainer, so please tune in to them. They go on every other Sunday. But like I said, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the network. And go down the rabbit hole. If you like what you're listening to, stick with us. So, Nick Saban. Former defensive back for Kent State while he played. So he did play in college. Transitioned from college right to being a coach. He was a GA at Kent State. So I do have records, but for schools where he wasn't a head coach or like NFL where he wasn't a head coach, I didn't take a record because it's not a head coach. So it's not really on him. But he started off as a GA at Kent State. From 75 to 1976, he was the linebackers coach at Kent State. 1977, became a head coach at Syracuse. 78 and 79, he was a DB coach for West Virginia. 80 and 81, DB's coach at Ohio State, which we can get all boo there, but hey, look, go greatness. 82, Navy's defensive back coach. 83 to 87, Michigan State's defensive coordinator / defensive backs coach. 88 to 89, Houston Oilers defensive back coach. And then now we get to his first ever head coaching job in 1990. He took over University of Toledo's football team. He was only there for 1 year, but in that 1 year, MAC champions, 9-2 record. Didn't play in a bowl game, but great year. First year ever being a head coach. Took over Toledo and won the MAC. Was a co-MAC champ. So, man, just the early semblance of the greatness of Nick Saban. From 91 to 94, he was the Browns defensive coordinator. From 95 to 99, head coach of my alma mater, MSU. Go Spartans. In 95, he went 6-5-1, losing in the Independence Bowl, 45 to 26 to LSU. A little foreshadowing there. Then he lost. He went 6-6, lost in the Sun Bowl, 38-0 to Stanford. 97 went 7-5 and lost the Aloha Bowl to Washington, 51-23. 98, he went 6-6, but oddly enough, he didn't have a bowl invite anywhere, so didn't play in the bowl game. And then in 99, we went 9-2, beat Ohio State, beat Michigan, beat Notre Dame, beat Penn State, all the key wins. And however, we did make the Citrus Bowl. We did win the Citrus Bowl, but Nick Saban had already left. He was no longer the head coach. He had took the LSU job, so he himself did not get that win. But just what a stellar turnaround for MSU. He brought life back into the MSU program. Then 2000 to 2004, LSU's head coach. In that time, one national championship, 2 SEC titles, 2 SEC West and SEC titles. In 2000, he went 8-4. He beat Georgia Tech in the Peach Bowl 28-14. 01, SEC champs for the first time since 1986. And then they won the 02 Sugar Bowl, which, is the 01-02, so it was basically the 01 season. They won 47-34 against Illinois. Then 02, they went 8-5, losing in the Cotton Bowl to Texas 35-20. And 03, 13-1, SEC champs. And won the Natty in the Sugar Bowl, beating Oklahoma 21-14, his first Natty ever as a head coach. In 04, 9-3, lost the Capital One Bowl to Iowa 30-25. He finishes his LSU career with a 48-16 record, 1 Natty, 2 SEC championships in 4 years. That is stellar. That you would take that anywhere as a head coach. You would, and just phenomenal there. Then we move on to Miami, where he coaches for 2 years, 05 and 06. Now 05, they go 9-7, just barely missing the playoffs. But 06, it collapses. It comes tumbling down. They go 6-10, obviously missed the playoffs. And that's when he leaves Miami to take the Alabama coaching job. And this is where greatness begins. Alabama, 07, he goes 7-6. He beats Colorado in the Independence Bowl 30-24. 08, his second year at Alabama, goes 12-2. He loses the SEC title to the eventual national champions, Florida, 32-13. I mean, not 32-13. He loses it to Florida. I thought I would have squad didn't. And then he lost the Sugar Bowl to Utah, which I believe that was Alex Smith last year at Utah, 31-17. 09, his third year at Alabama, they go 14-0. 14-0 his third year, turning around a program. They win the SEC title. They beat Florida 32-13. And then they beat Texas in the Natty 37-21. Now that Natty, that one hurt me. As I explained earlier in the chats, man, if you're not a member of the chats, become a member of the R2L network. I was a huge Colt McCoy, Jordan Shipley fan. Could do no wrong in I love them guys. And when Colt McCoy went hurt, and I think his name is Garrett Gilbert or something like that. I'm so sorry if I butchered it. He had to come in that game and finish that game. I was hurt, man. Colt McCoy is like my favorite quarterback in college. It hurt that he went down in that game. So, but yeah, they won a Natty. They go 14-0 for Nick Saban's second Natty. 2010, 10-3. Faces his old team, MSU. Beats the crap out of them in the Capital One Bowl, 49-7. So he wins the Capital One Bowl. 2011, goes 12-1. Did not get an SEC championship because LSU was undefeated at the time. Their one loss was to LSU. Faces LSU again in the Natty and wins 21-0. I remember that game like it was yesterday. I don't want to explain why I remember that game because, one of the best receivers in the league's brother was the quarterback, and I did not think he was that good, but I digress. 2012, 13-1, wins back-to-back natties, wins the SEC, beating Georgia 32-28, beating a tough team led by Todd Gurley and the boys. Beats Notre Dame 42-14 handily for his back-to-back national championships. If you remember, that's the year that Matt Tateo was in the running for Heisman finalist. He didn't win it. And Notre Dame, they were just winning games. I believe they were undefeated at the time. And Alabama just stomped them. 2013, Alabama goes 11-2. They do not get a bid for the SEC championship. They do not get a bid for the national championship. And they lose the Sugar Bowl to Oklahoma 45-31. That was when Oklahoma was led by Trevor Knight. And that kind of really started the whole narrative that if it ain't a natty, Nick Saban really ain't caring. That kind of started that whole narrative. 2014, they go 12-2. Beat Mizzou 42-13. I feel like it should have been South Carolina. Not gonna lie, I feel like Connor Shaw got robbed, but I mean, hey, records go how records go. Beat Mizzou in the SEC championship 42-13. Loses to Ohio State in the FBS college football semis 42-35. And that's the year Ohio State won it all, led by Cardell Jones, a third-string quarterback, by the way. I digress. 2015, 14-1, beats Florida 29-15 in the SEC championship. Beats Clemson for the natty 45-40. That was the year led by Deshaun Watson. Clemson, they beat them. 2016, undefeated regular season, wins the SEC, beats Florida 54-16, but they lose to Clemson on a walk-off touchdown to Hunter Renfrow 35-31 in the national championship game. 2017, 13-1, beats Georgia for the natty 26-23. If anybody remembers, that's when Tua hits Devontae Smith on a cover 2 ball in overtime to win the game. Don't think Georgia, they weren't SEC champs then. I don't even think they won the SEC West, but they got in that CFB playoffs, won the natty. 2018, 14-1, beat Georgia in the SEC championship 35-28. But they lost the natty 44-16 to Trevor Lawrence-led Clemson. Not even a particularly close game. 2019, 11-2. Missed the CFB playoffs for like the first and only time he missed the CFB playoffs. But they beat Michigan 35-16 in the Citrus Bowl. 2020, 13-0. This is COVID. Undefeated. Won the SEC 52-46 against Florida. Beat Ohio State in the natty 52-24. That's the game Devontae Smith went crazy. The year Devontae Smith won the Heisman. And that picture started circulating and people, we talking about Nick Saban. But anyway, 2021, 13-2. Beat Georgia 41-24 in the SEC. But they lose the natty to Georgia 33-18. Due to basically Jameson Williams and John Mechie getting hurt. Well, Mechie was already hurt, and then Jameson Williams got hurt during the game. And he was just out there, Bryce Young was out there throwing it like Slade Bolden and the guys. Like, it just got ugly from there. 2022. So he did miss the CFB playoffs in 2022. They went 11-2. Beat Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. I remember this is when Refuse to Lose was happening. They were there, and that's when I ran with the narrative like, hey, if it ain't for the playoffs, Nick Saban don't care. And he showed me he cared and won 45-20. And this past year, literally, 12-2, won the SEC again, beat Georgia 27-24, but loses to Michigan in the Rose Bowl 27-20 in OT. As his final game as head coach. Now let's read off the accolades for Nick Saban at Alabama. He was the head coach for 17 years, 07 to 2024. In that 17-year span, he has 6 national championships, 9 SEC championships, 10 SEC West championships, and he had a record of 206-29. 206-29. Now, to show how great of a record that is in 17 years, Bear Bryant is 26 wins in front of Nick Saban, and he did that in 25 seasons. So to pass Bear Bryant, he would have to coach. If he did it, if he did, let's just say to do it at the same amount of time as Bear Bryant, he would need 26 more wins in about 8 more years. So he would have to average 3.5 wins, roughly that, to tie in the amount of time it took Bear Bryant, which we all know Bama's winning more than 3.5 per year with Nick Saban. So just an absolutely phenomenal career, especially at Bama, transcended Bama to new heights. 7 total national championships as a college football head coach, 11 total SEC championships as a college football head coach, and 12 total SEC West championships as a college football head coach. And not to mention guys like Mark D'Antonio, Mel Tucker, Brian Daboll, Steve Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin, all at one point coached under Nick Saban. Kurt Signetti, Charles Huff now in Marshall. The list goes on and on of the coaches that have come up under Nick Saban at one time or another. So shout out to Coach Saban. Just a great career. You will truly be missed in college football. I'm now going to bring up my guest. Oh, no, I won't. I just got the one moment sign for my guest. So I'll fill a little time. So he's truly going to be missed, man. He's an icon. I was talking to my uncle earlier. He's so iconic to the game. It's like, Nick Saban is going to be in the mix for at least a playoff berth every year, no matter what. But with that being said, my guest is ready. I would like to introduce you the guy who just got off the air earlier, who brought you the doghouse, Dave himself.
What's going on, my guy? How you doing, Mr. CTC?
What's good, man? Just, I wouldn't say a sad day, just a day of remembrance here. Remembering Coach Saban, his stellar career. What you got to say about Coach Saban?
I mean, what more can you really say? You can pretty much call him the greatest college football coach of all time. I mean, Bear Bryant still has an argument, but like you just said, in order for Nick Saban to pass him in the same amount of time that Bear Bryant did, he would just need 3 wins a season. I think we pretty much know that's going to be at least 2.5 years where he gets that. He wouldn't need 8 years to pass Bear Bryant. Nick Saban has 7 national championships, 6 with Alabama, 1 with LSU. I mean, he's had a stellar career. He is one of the greatest football minds, one of the best motivators of men. His wife has also done something spectacular as well. Some news that I just got that something you probably didn't even know about. So when Henry Ruggs, who used to be a wide receiver for there, while he's in prison. So his wife sent a book of pages to Henry Ruggs while he was in prison to keep his spirits up. Now, I mean, his family, just the stuff he's done. I mean, we know that Nick Saban has complained a lot about the NIL, but besides that, he's done whatever he can to prepare his guys to be in the NFL. Some of the best players have come from Alabama. You got to think about Will Anderson, who has been one of the best defensive rookies this season. Tua, Jalen Hurts. I mean, I don't know if you can really claim Jalen Hurts, but I mean, because he did with Oklahoma,
he started there.
But he started at Alabama.
He got an SEC championship there.
Yeah. Then you got Amari Cooper, who played at Alabama. You got Henry Ruggs. You got Devontae Smith, Julio Jones,
Calvin Ridley.
He's coached some of the best players in the NFL and have made them very successful.
Yeah, even guys like C.J. Mosley, Minka
PS2.
Fitzpatrick, PS2, Marlon Humphrey. The list, man, is just
The list goes
humongous.
on, man. He's done a phenomenal job at Alabama. He did a phenomenal job at Michigan State when he was there. He did a phenomenal job at LSU. He's been nothing but greatness wherever he's gone, as far as being a head coach, other than the NFL, of course. But
Yeah,
in college, I feel like he is the Bill Belichick of college football, if you really think about it.
yeah,
That program wouldn't be where it is without him being there. And now they have the opportunity to go get someone else. Now, I think that some of the coaches that are in that are being talked about are like Danny Lanning at Oregon, the coach at Washington. So there are a few coaches that they can definitely go. Steve Sarkisian, who's been in Alabama before, but I mean, it's not really much you can't say positively about him, man. I mean, he's done a great job at Alabama. Successful career. Hope you enjoy your retirement, enjoy your family time. Um, head, travel the world, do whatever you want to do. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a key to Alabama. You can do whatever you want when you go to Alabama. So, um, great career, man. I'm proud to have seen every single national championship you've won, and I kind of wish it was with the University of Miami, but it's cool. You know, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But I'm definitely glad to have seen so much success from a great coach.
yeah. I mean, just I echo those sentiments. But as a Raven, I have to say one more Bama player, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram,
Mm-hmm.
man, I can't leave out Mark Ingram. No,
Mm-hmm.
the vibes in 2019. The Mark Ingram just seems like a cool guy, period. But can't leave out Mark
Trust.
Ingram. And as much as it pains me to do, I can't leave out Marcel Darius because he was a huge reason in our '09 championship because he knocked out Colt McCoy. But
Yeah, he did.
and great career. And who knows, man? It might not. I mean, he might retire today, but you never know. You never know. Um, I don't want to get into Alabama's next coaching. I just want to keep that. I just want to keep this episode about Nick Saban,
Mm-hmm.
because he's earned that through 17 years of greatness at Alabama, through 4 years. I would say 4 years of greatness at MSU. Like I said, man, he turned MSU around.
He
MSU was hit
did.
with penalties, haven't had a good year, and he beat Ohio State twice. He upset. I forgot to mention this, but I think it was '98. He upset number one ranked Ohio State at Ohio State. So man, he does it everywhere. To win a natty in your third year, not at one school, but at two different schools. Maybe, well, I might be technically his fourth year at LSU. Yeah, his fourth year at LSU. Your third year at Alabama. Like, come on, bro. To go 9-2, your fourth year at MSU after they've been bad. It just shows he can do it anywhere. I wish he would have finished the job at MSU and got a national championship. You feel me? Should have put a natty to MSU, but man, for sure, man, great career. He got the keys to not only Bama but probably LSU, which sounds crazy in itself. But hey, he
Yeah.
put you a natty, so y'all can leave all the biases aside. And I know he got a key to MSU
Facts.
because, man, if D'Antoni got a key, which D'Antoni had a hell of a career as well, but I know Saban got a key because D'Antoni came under Nick Saban, so he only not produced greatness himself at MSU, but he produced a coach that also brought greatness and brought MSU its college football national championship appearance. Now, Saban and D'Antoni met up in that college football national championship semis appearance, and Saban put a whooping on MSU 35-0. But nonetheless, his greatness been under Saban got us there. He got us a Cotton Bowl. Again, all this is D'Antoni being from under Nick Saban. Got us a Cotton Bowl. He got us a Rose Bowl. We had a great era at MSU due to D'Antoni, and that's pretty much due in large part to Nick Saban. So
Yeah, Saban also. I mean, he only lost 5 games, about 14 plus points in his entire career at Alabama. That,
yeah,
It's
If
it's,
if
it's,
you,
it's, it's, it's only so much you can say about him, man. He 297 career wins, which is fifth all time.
he never had
28,
a losing record at Bama.
28 years of greatness. He has a 90% winning percentage in Alabama. That's
It's
crazy.
crazy. Never had a losing record at Bama. Never had a losing record at LSU. I don't think he had a losing record, period, as a college football coach. To win a MAC title, he won a MAC title. He won an SEC title. He's done it. He's done it all. He's done it all, man. I mean, you could have put him in the ACC. You could have probably won an ACC championship. Could have put him in the
Yeah,
Big 12. Probably
without
would
a
have won the Big
doubt.
12 championship.
Pac-12 don't matter.
Yep, don't matter. He getting it done no matter what, man. So, hey, we're going to miss you, Coach Saban. It was a great ride. Dave, you got anything else before I end this show?
Nah, man. Just farewell to a great coach, to a great career. Enjoy retirement.
Yes, sir. I sentiment those words. Great career. Enjoy retirement. Pop out to the games, get the love that you deserve in the crowd, all that there. Enjoy the stress-free watching of Bama. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Even do what Roy Williams do. Go to college, give some knowledge. Do your thing. It's your time. Do whatever you want to do with your time, man. Just have fun. You worked hard from 76 to now, man. You earned the rest of your life to have some fun. But that's all we got for y'all today. I said I would be back tomorrow with college basketball. I might be back. Emergency podcast with this one, so I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or not. But I'll let y'all. Well, y'all will see me this one more time this week. I know MSU plays a big game against Illinois in Champaign. No Terrence Shannon still, from what I know so far. But that's gonna be a big one. Probably one of the big games tomorrow. I didn't see any huge mid-major games tomorrow, but I still gotta go back and look. Friday is normally all mid-major Friday, but Saturday we got some big games. So I might hit y'all with a Friday episode, talk about Saturday. I know the playoff Saturday, but you got to noon college basketball and the Chiefs game on Peacock. So a lot of us might not even watch the Chiefs game because the NFL decided to screw us and put the game on Peacock. So if you can't watch the game because it's on Peacock, I can hit y'all with some college basketball to watch. But until next time, I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.